The 2026 MotoGP pre-season test at Buriram Circuit, Thailand, kicked off with a storm of drama and tension for Yamaha. Jack Miller stole the spotlight with a solid performance on the first day, leaving fans and pundits talking, while his teammate Fabio Quartararo's frustration boiled over as the new Yamaha YZR-M1 V4 continued to struggle for pace. Could Yamaha's bold shift to a V4 engine threaten their standing in the 2026 championship before the season even begins? From the very first laps, it was clear that Yamaha's ambitious new project faces a steep uphill battle. Miller impressed by extracting the best possible performance from a bike that is far from race-ready, while Quartararo openly criticised the handling and lack of stability, making headlines for all the wrong reasons. With rival manufacturers like Ducati and Honda already hitting top speeds and cornering benchmarks, Yamaha's latest machine seems to be playing catch-up. Fans expecting an immediate Yamaha resurgence were met with a harsh reality check. The V4-powered YZR-M1, touted as a revolutionary step for the Japanese manufacturer, revealed gaps in both engine output and traction. Several riders reported struggles on corner exits and difficulties maintaining consistent lap times, signaling that the path to competitiveness may be longer than anyone had anticipated. On Saturday, February 21, 2026, Yamaha's pre-season test at Buriram highlighted the challenges of introducing a brand new V4 engine. Jack Miller emerged as the fastest Yamaha rider in 17th place overall, still over a second behind the benchmark set by Alex Marquez on the 2026 Ducati. Fabio Quartararo lagged in 18th position and did not hide his frustration, stating that the current bike is not ready for competitive racing. "In the next week, even in the next month, we are not ready from my perspective," Quartararo said, pointing to the slow progress of the development program. He added that while the team continues to experiment with different setups, a stable foundation for the bike has yet to be found. The primary issues for Yamaha appear to be engine power and traction. Data from Murex indicates the Yamaha's top speed is approximately 10 km per hour, slower than the fastest bikes on the grid. Alex Rins, who finished 19th, echoed these concerns. "We're losing a lot on engine power. Traction is also weaker. Others can accelerate out of corners much faster," he said, admitting the situation is frustrating, and even drove his heart rate to 191 beats per minute during a time attack. Not all Yamaha riders are despairing. Jack Miller offered a more positive perspective, noting that the bike's development direction seems promising, particularly after chassis changes compared to previous tests in Malaysia. "Overall, I'm quite happy with the bike's base. Some aspects are working well, even if we're not suddenly going to find an extra 10 km per hour overnight," Miller commented. The Buriram test clearly demonstrates that Yamaha's switch to a V4 configuration is a long-term project rather than an instant solution. While Miller's performance suggests potential in the new chassis, Quartararo's open frustration underlines the risk of rider dissatisfaction impacting morale and team dynamics. Competitors like Ducati and Aprilia are already refining their 2026 machines, which could widen the performance gap if Yamaha does not rapidly stabilize their platform. For Yamaha, the priority in the coming weeks will be building a solid foundation for the V4-M1. Achieving consistent traction, reliable engine performance, and rider confidence are essential before they can realistically compete at the sharp end of the grid. Fans and analysts alike will be watching closely. Can Yamaha's engineers turn this early struggle into a championship challenge? Or will 2026 mark a season of rebuilding and adjustment for the Japanese giant? Yamaha's engineers are now facing the delicate task of balancing innovation with reliability. The V4 engine concept promised higher cornering stability and more aggressive power delivery, but early signs suggest that extracting consistent performance remains a challenge. Every adjustment to electronics, chassis stiffness, or suspension settings can have unexpected knock-on effects, making progress slow and painstaking. Fabio Quartararo's frustration is understandable given his competitive nature. Having been a front-runner in recent seasons, adapting to a bike that struggles to match rivals' pace is a psychological hurdle as much as a technical one. The Frenchman's comments hint at deeper concerns about whether the team can provide him with a machine capable of fighting for podiums. For him, patience will be in short supply. Meanwhile, Jack Miller's optimism may act as a stabilizing factor for Yamaha. His ability to adapt to the evolving package and provide constructive feedback could be invaluable as engineers seek a stable development path. Miller's approach shows the importance of mindset in pre-season testing. Seeing small gains as positive steps can maintain momentum even when the overall picture is grim. The telemetry from Buriram also raises questions about Yamaha's competitiveness in straight-line speed. The V4's engine, while promising in theory, still appears to lag behind Ducati, Aprilia, and even KTM in raw acceleration. If this deficit persists, Yamaha will need to find performance gains elsewhere through improved cornering exit, braking stability, or better tyre management to remain competitive on race day. Yamaha's testing strategy is under the spotlight. Instead of chasing fast lap times at every opportunity, the team seems to be focusing on understanding the bike's limits, experimenting with setups, and gathering data that could influence the design of the 2026 season's main engine package. This analytical approach reflects the complex nature of introducing a completely new engine layout at the top level of motorcycle racing. The riders' feedback will play a critical role in shaping the coming weeks of testing. Engineers must reconcile Miller's cautious optimism with Quartararo's stark concerns. Striking a balance between satisfying the riders' needs and pushing technical boundaries is never straightforward, but Yamaha's future in the V4 era may hinge on this delicate collaboration. Looking ahead, the Buriram test serves as both a warning and a roadmap. While the team is clearly behind the current pace setters, the data collected provides insights that can guide iterative improvements. Every lap, every adjustment, and every rider observation contributes to a clearer picture of what the YZR-M1 needs to challenge for victories later this year. For MotoGP fans, the drama at Buriram adds a compelling subplot to the 2026 season. Yamaha's struggles highlight that even established manufacturers can face setbacks when embracing radical technical change.